So drafting out that email actually helped a lot in the reporting process because like I wrote that email out like right after the whole incident. So my memory was still quite fresh at the moment. So I recounted every single thing, every single detail that happened, and I wrote it all down in email. It was like a long email, and I sent it out. I've been sexually harassed on campus by a research assistant here in my school. So basically, I signed up for this research study. So it's one of those that pay you for your participation. And basically what I had to do for this research study was to complete a series of computer tasks while wearing a heart rate monitor across my chest. So as I was assigned to a very small room when I was supposed to do the computer task alone on the computer in that room. So halfway through, like in the beginning when I was doing it, like it was all normal until the research assistant, he suddenly came in like about 10 to 15 minutes in, and he told me that the heart rate monitor was not detecting my heart rate properly. So he said he needed to adjust it for me. So I said, okay. And then basically he asked me to lift up my shirt, and then he helped me to adjust it. So at first I lifted it up to like right enough for him to see it, but he said he wanted me to lift it up even more. So I just listened to him. I was like, okay, like I guess he knows best. So I lifted my shirt like all the way up lah, and basically I was just exposing my entire bra and my entire chest to him. And at that point I was like, okay, like it's a bit weird, but I thought like, okay, like I mean he's the research assistant, he should know how to adjust it best. This happened so the whole experiment was about 2.5 hours, and this like the research assistant, he kept coming into the room like multiple times throughout just to help me adjust my heart rate monitor. So this happened about like 4 to 5 times throughout those 2.5 hours. And like the more he came in, the more the actions that he did became a bit more brazen and a bit more questionable. So at first like I was still giving him the benefit of the doubt, but eventually like he kept asking me weirder questions like what is your cup size, and like he started actually touching my skin, and like at one point like he tried to adjust the heart rate monitor from the back. So where basically we were in this like back hug position, so his entire body was pressed up against mine from the back while he adjusted it here. Throughout the entire 2.5 hours, I was a bit like, I felt very trapped, very scared, like I didn't know what to do, but I didn't dare to like leave the experiment as well. So I remember texting my friend throughout the entire experiment, just telling her like what was going on, and like because I found it very weird, but I didn't want to believe it as well, I guess. Basically, towards the end where I realized, I thought, okay, like I felt like nobody was going to believe me if I were to report this. So I decided to take a video. So I set up my phone on the computer, and I just like filmed it, and because I kind of knew that he would come in again, and I was right. So he came in the last time, and basically like I managed to film a portion of the conversation that he was having with me, and like he was asking me some weird intrusive questions as usual. So so I managed to record that part. Yeah, so after that the experiment ended. I left the venue, and I met a friend and I was very angry, so I told her what happened, and she said, okay, why not we should report this to the professor in charge. And then she told me, okay, I'll help you draft out an email. So that's what we did. We drafted out an entire email recounting like what happened in like chronological order. So drafting out the email actually helped a lot in the reporting process because like I wrote that email out like right after the whole incident. So my memory was still quite fresh at the moment. So I recounted every single thing, every single detail that happened, and I wrote it all down in email. It was like a long email, and I sent it out. So when I sent it out, the professors, they got back to me, and they said like, okay, they took the research assistant out of the experiment as soon as possible, and they banned him from conducting experiments already. About a month later, they invited me back, and then they were like, okay, basically like it was an interview, and it was a panel where they asked me questions about what happened and so that they could investigate the thing properly. The whole reporting process, like what was helpful and what I submitted to them in the as evidence was like my video. So that was very helpful because like they could actually see like what was going on, and like they had because like the room, like there was no cameras or anything inside the room, so that video was the only thing that they had to show that okay, like this research assistant was doing something weird. And then they also asked me, because I told them that I was texting my friend throughout the entire thing, so they also asked me to send them the entire transcript of what was like my conversation with my friend. So that was very helpful because like it had the timestamps for everything that happened. So like I would say like at a certain point like, oh, he did this, and then there will be the timestamp right there. Yeah, so that was what I sent to them. And the email where I was recounting everything that happened in chronological order and in as much details as I could. Yeah, so that was very helpful, especially in terms of during the panel interview where they asked me to recount what was going on. Yeah, after about a year or so, like the results came back, and like they concluded that he did, like basically what they said in the email was that they concluded that he took advantage of being when I was in a vulnerable position. And yeah, so that was that. Yeah, I think I guess just having more courage, I think, because I think it's very easy for us to feel like we are overthinking things, and that sometimes we tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, and even though we feel that something is amiss, we kind of just brush it off as something that's not something that is like our fault, or like something that we are overthinking. And I think it's important that like once you feel that something is amiss, like to have that courage to just step out and leave that situation, especially if it makes you feel very uncomfortable and anxious. And I think like just not I don't know, I think social support, like knowing that you're not alone. Yeah, because throughout the entire thing, like I had my friends, like my friend was the one who suggested I should write the email out. My friend was the one who was there with me throughout the entire incident. So I think just having friends and a good social support system is very important in helping me report the case, and helping me be brave enough to report the thing. Yeah, I think this kind of thing, like it's easy to fall into this whole like self-blame and like guilt and shame, but it's really not your fault. And yeah, that's it, I guess.